Hi, friends. So, when you're interested in a movie, but you're kind of on the fence, right? Should you watch it in theaters or should you just wait until it streams so that you can watch it at home? That was me with this movie. I do like the Ghostbusters franchise casually, and I actually like 2021's Ghostbusters Afterlife. I do like the original movies and the cast, it's all iconic, but I was honestly worried about how many actors were packed into this movie, especially from a storytelling point of view. I was really just worried that the movie was going to be overstuffed. I will say, I was right to be worried, but I had a good time. Hey there, movie lovers. Welcome back. It's your movie buddy here, ready to talk about the latest movie I watched. Whether you're a longtime subscriber, follower, or a new face, I'm thrilled to have you here. You can expect my spoiler-free opinion and my honest thoughts on the latest movie I watched in theaters or maybe one that I streamed at home. You can catch weekly releases dropping every Friday. Have a movie in mind that you want me to talk about? Hop into my DMs on Instagram, drop a comment on YouTube, or let me know on the podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, follow on Spotify, and follow along on Instagram so you don't miss out on what I'm up to and what's coming next. With that all out of the way, grab your proton pack, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, and let's get into today's episode on Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The Spengler family returns to the iconic New York City firehouse where the original Ghostbusters have taken ghost busting to the next level. When the discovery of an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force, Ghostbusters new and old must unite to protect their home and save the world from a second ice age. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire presents a narrative that juggles various themes, and some are better executed than others. I do like the existential themes such as life and death, as well as family dynamics and the pursuit of purpose, which are all ideas that many viewers can connect with. Additionally, many of the characters are relatable, struggling with their own journey and identity. I do want to touch on the character development, and then we're going to get into the story. While the film does offer some character development, it feels somewhat rushed, leaving a desire for more depth and exploration into each character's arc. However, the story does some good things. I like the support of the original cast and their subplots. I really like Garaka. These elements add depth to the narrative. I really love the humor and banter the original cast brings, obviously adding to the nostalgia, while the portrayal of the antagonist's backstory is a really big highlight of the movie for me. Moving on to the visuals, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire looks great. The seamless integration of CGI and practical effects showcases the accomplishment of the visual effects team. There are moments where the CGI is so convincingly practical that I actually had to do a second take. The effort and attention to detail really enhances the overall viewing experience. Now on to the acting. The ensemble cast has exceptional chemistry throughout the film, but there are some standouts that really shine. Paul Rudd delivers a fantastic performance as Mr. Gruberson, injecting the character with effortless charisma and charm. Dan Aykroyd's return as Ray Stantz is a highlight. He effortlessly embodies the beloved character, showcasing genuine enthusiasm that I think audiences can really connect with. Kumail Nanjiani's portrayal of Nadim Razmati adds another layer of humor to the story, landing most of the laughs with his comedic timing. However, it is McKenna Grace's portrayal of Phoebe Spengler that carries. She steals the spotlight with a performance that is nothing short of fantastic. She embodies Phoebe's curiosity, intellect, and internal struggle, truly capturing the essence of the character. Now, let's wrap up with my final thoughts on the movie. After going over the story and the acting, the real question remains, is it worth your time? Let's lay it all on the table. I know this episode is a little late, but if you haven't seen the movie yet, I think Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is worth watching on the big screen. But at the same time, I don't think you're doing yourself a disservice by waiting for it to stream. This latest Ghostbusters installment offers entertainment, but it isn't without its flaws. Finn Wolfhard as Trevor really disappears into the background of this movie, which was very disappointing. I really like Finn's acting, and I had hoped to see his character's relationships and interactions from Ghostbusters Afterlife further developed, building upon the groundwork laid in the previous installment. If you've been here with me talking about movies for long enough, then you probably know that predictability isn't actually a deal breaker for me, but I can easily see how Frozen Empire's lack of innovation can be something that bothers some viewers. The pacing toward the end really picks up. There's a sense of urgency to the story as the threat escalates, but everything happens too fast. It's very much everything happens and then everything's over. I think they could have added more scenes at the end, not to draw the movie out, but to slow the pacing down and to really showcase the chaos of unleashing the ghosts. This could have provided a more balanced and cohesive narrative. While I really do like Kumail Nanjiani as Nadim, the character felt really out of place and lacked depth. I like the character, and what they were trying to introduce was all there, but the execution just didn't stick the landing for me. In addition to this, his whole subplot just felt rushed. Speaking of rushed subplots, Emily Allen Lind as Melody. I do like her acting and the unique character, but the whole Melody subplot with Phoebe felt extremely underdeveloped, leaving me to fill in the blanks to try to make it work and left me feeling like it was unnecessary. I do think a lot of these elements could have worked, but they all needed to be more fleshed out and given more time. I think if any of these shortcomings I've mentioned will bother you, particularly if you're a more critical viewer or if you didn't like 2021's Ghostbusters Afterlife, then definitely skip this one. On the other hand, this movie is entertaining, fun, and introduces new ideas, storylines, and characters within the Ghostbusters universe. Frozen Empire is fresh and engaging for new audiences while paying homage to the nostalgia of the past, making it a worthwhile watch for fans of the franchise. Have you had the chance to watch Ghostbusters Frozen Empire yet? If you haven't watched it yet, what's holding you back? Not your cup of tea, not your genre? Or do you think they should have stopped after the original films? I'm curious to hear your thoughts after today's episode. And if you already watched the movie, I want to know your take. What did you think about it? Share your thoughts, opinions, and reactions. I am all ears. In conclusion, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is an enjoyable movie experience despite its shortcomings. So many characters could have benefited from more screen time. Do I think Garaka should have had more screen time? Yes, he also has a really cool character design. I think, again, additional scenes toward the end would have lifted the ending that honestly just fell flat, despite a pretty solid buildup and potential. I also think Trevor should have had a lot more screen time. I think Celeste O'Connor as Lucky and Logan Kim as Podcast also should have had more screen time. I can see why they didn't, but I was hoping for some more interactions with the other characters. Certain subplots like Gruberson, Paul Rudd's character, being a stepfather and finding his place in the family felt completely one-sided, so the payoff felt undeserved. Personally, I really love when media explores family dynamics, and I believe this subplot really had a lot of potential. However, it ultimately fell flat, failing to deliver that impactful storyline that I had hoped for. I do have to say, this movie is undeniably crowded, and I think if it spent its time better, it could have really excelled. Despite all of this, Frozen Empire manages to deliver on that nostalgia and excitement. From the captivating visuals to the pretty well done integration of the original cast with the newer additions, the film maintains a sense of charm and energy. In the end, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire may not reach its full potential due to some narrative shortcomings and missed opportunities, but it still manages to be fun and entertaining. I really love the blend of nostalgia, the sound effects, the aesthetic, and of course the original actors with the newer cast. The movie doesn't feel like it's 1 hour and 56-minute runtime, layering some genuine humor with some suspenseful moments and nods to the past. It's a worthy addition to the Ghostbusters franchise that will likely leave fans satisfied. Alright, movie fans, that wraps up another episode. If you're enjoying this episode on the podcast, a huge thank you for tuning in. For our YouTube viewers, you'll find a link to the podcast in the description below, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like it. As always, thanks a million for joining me today, friends. Your support means the world to me, and remember, the movie talk doesn't stop, so tune in every Friday for fresh episodes. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, follow on Spotify for on-the-go listening, and join the fun over on Instagram for behind-the-scenes sneak peeks and shenanigans. The next movie I have tickets for is going to be Monkey Man, and if you've caught the last few episodes, then you know I'm really looking forward to this movie. I've been seeing some TikToks lately from people that have seen the movie, and I've been seeing interviews from the director and star Dev Patel, and all of this buzz and the passion that went into this movie makes me even more eager to watch it. There is a bunch of movies that I want to see this month, but honestly, I don't know what I'm going to watch yet, so we'll see. Monkey Man is the only movie that I do have tickets for sure, so we're going to move on to the one and only update. I did see Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, you guys, and I have to say, what a good time. A big thank you to everyone who stuck around to the end of the video. Last week, I shared my thoughts on Late Night with the Devil. If you missed out on that episode, please be sure to catch that one on the podcast. And if you're on YouTube, you can click the top right corner of the video. Your feedback is always appreciated, so don't hesitate to let me know your thoughts. As always, I'm looking forward to you all joining me on YouTube, Instagram, and of course, the podcast. Definitely don't forget to tune in on the podcast, online or on Spotify for exclusive episodes. Your presence and support truly makes a difference, and it really means so much to me. I value your feedback. It enriches our little community and makes it a fun place to be. Share your thoughts in the YouTube comments or hop over to Spotify for our Q&A and polls. Whether you're following on YouTube, Spotify, or Instagram at a.rocket.review, I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Until next time, spread positivity, be safe, take care of yourself, and happy movie watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.